Good morning, students, and welcome to your social studies class. Today we shall discuss the last chapter of political science, outcomes of democracy. Students, you all know that democracy is a form of government, okay, and it is one of the most or the best form of government. So every individual, every person in democracy, they expect something from democracy, something outcomes. What should be the outcome of democracy? Which should be in the favor of the people, in the favor of the citizen, society, the country, and it should make the democracy more powerful, more deepened, more strengthened. Okay, so let us discuss some of these, like promotes equality among citizens. Yes, students, my dear students, democracy is the only form of government which promotes equality among citizens. In democracy, there cannot be space, there cannot be any scope for differentiation among the people. All the people, irrespective of their caste, culture, religion, gender, are equal. You take the example of India. Yes, we don't create any differences among the people on the basis of their caste, their culture, their equality and gender. The Constitution of India gives everyone equality. Okay, so promotes equality among the citizens, enhances the dignity of individual. Dignity, self-respect. Every person has his or her own image. Everyone wants to make their image a very attractive, very good, neat and clean. Okay, so it is the democracy only, or it is the only form of government which is known as democracy, where the dignity, the self-respect, the voice of each and every individual is heard, is taken into consideration. If you take monarchy or dictatorship or any other form of government, the voice of people will be suppressed, may not be taken into consideration. Whatever you say, you are not, or first of all, you are not allowed to give your opinion. You don't have freedom of thought and expression, but in democracy, we have the freedom of thought and expression. So every person has his or her own dignity, okay, which is possible only in democracy. So it is another a very good outcomes of democracy, what everyone expects. Okay, improves the quality of decision making. Students, we know that in democracy the government is formed on the basis of majority. Okay, so in democracy we have political parties, number of MPs, MLAs and all. Okay, so in democracy any person alone cannot make or take any decision. They have to sit together, group of ministers, cabinet ministers, council of ministers, they have to sit together, discuss together. If they want to make any amendments and all, the bill has to be passed in both the houses of the states. It has to be passed by the state assemblies, certain bills. So, here what happened, the decision making, what I say, improves the quality of decision making. The decision which is taken has quality. There may be delay in decision making. That is one of the demerit of democracy. But this demerit makes its merit more better and the demerit gets suppressed. Okay, the demerit will not be, because the demerit cannot take its place on a large scale, because the quality of decision which it brings, though it is delay, okay, the people will forget the delay, and because the decision here is on the basis of majority, for taking into the consideration of all the community, class, religion, culture people, and then the decision is made. So it improves the quality of decision making, because decision made by one person may or may not be accurate, but when we take combined decision, various minds working behind any particular common thing, then we may have quality of decision. Okay now? Right. Provides a method to resolve conflict. Students, suppose you are living in a monarchy or dictatorship. If you have conflict with the ruler only, where will you go? Which court will you go? Because that ruler dictatorship, the ruler itself, the court, the lawmaker and the law breaker and the punishment giver. So whom will you go? Where will you go for taking your problem, to have a solution for your problem? But in democracy, students, there is a scope to resolve your conflict, You have various levels: district level, high court, state level, central level, Supreme Court. If there is a problem among the citizens, can be solved. Problem between citizens and the government can be solved. Problem between the state and the state government can be solved. Problem between the central government and the state government can be solved. So, in democracy, there is a platform to resolve the problem. That is why it is said that it is one of the best form of government, and this is one of the best outcomes of democracy. The next one is allows room to correct mistakes. It is human tendency to do mistakes, but not correcting their mistake is not human tendency. You should see, committing mistake is not a mistake, but when we don't correct our mistake is a mistake. So, democracy provides us platform, time, scope to correct our mistakes. One example I will give. Suppose during particular election, we selected or elected someone as our MP or MLA or CM or PM. By keeping certain aims and aspirations on him or her, that they may bring certain changes in the society, in the state, in the country. But within the course of their ruling period, 5 years, we could not feel so. What was our aims and aspirations, our needs and demand of the society as a whole was not done. So it is not that we have done a mistake and we cannot correct our mistake. It can be rectified in the next election, and we can hope and we can select the next one, better one. So that is why allows you to correct mistake. This one example. Like this, we have example in various fields and sectors. Okay, students. Next, democracy. The other outcomes of democracy, like it is accountable. Yes, because democracy is what? People's government. It is formed by the people. It is working for the people. So democracy is nothing but people's government. So it should be accountable for the people. There is a lot of transparency is maintained in democracy. Now in our country, through RTI Act, we can come to know various workings of the government. Except certain sectors and certain subjects, we can have maximum under RTI, and we can come to know their working, and also transparency is maintained. It is legitimate, and it is, you can say, accountable, legitimate, okay, dignified government. Next, it tries to, another thing, that the biggest drawback of democracy is that corruption and challenges of free and fair elections. This has to tackle in democracy. It is the most difficult challenge and very deeply rooted in democracy, which has to be overthrown. So, corruption and fair and free election, corruption-free democracy. We need corruption-free democracy. We need free and fair election, which is very much deeply rooted in our country. You have to bring out it. Okay, next. In democracy, we see people of different section, different society, means diversity in accommodation. For example, you take country like our country India. In our country, we have diversity in caste, culture, religion, okay, regionality, North India, South India, East India, West India, Central India, geographical variation also there. In spite of that, bringing everyone under one umbrella, single unit, under one nation is not an easy task. And maintaining them, ruling them in a successful way is not an easy task. Now, how it can be possible when you are taking all the sections of the society into equality, into equal consideration. For example, in previous chapter, means first chapter of political science, we saw in Belgium, German, French and Dutch problem, and they amended their constitution 4 times, and they resolved their problem in such a way there was no bloodshed, there was no any civil war, no break of rules, no you can say violence and all. Peacefully they solved their problems. Another problem example we saw in Sri Lanka, where the government followed the majority Victorian form of government based on language and religion, and they neglected the minority. So what we saw, there was a civil war, there was a violence in the country, the peace, the growth, development of the country was spoiled, destroyed. National income of the country was reduced, fallen. All this will happen if we don't have proper accommodation of all the sections of the society in democracy. See students, democracy is only form of government which is formed on majority. Only to form the government we need majority, but to rule the government, to rule the country, we need every section of the society together. We have to keep into consideration the dignity, the need, requirement, aims, aspiration of each and every section of society. Then only we can have a successful democracy, a successful rule. So students, democracy is only a form of government. It provides the platform, gives the opportunity for us. It is us who has to grab that opportunity. Democracy, what? They will provide a platform of opportunities, and we have to grab that opportunity. Don't think that we will be sitting at our home and all the democratic values and things will come to us. No. We have to grab that opportunity in democracy, because it is people's rule. People have to grab that opportunity. So students, this was the brief summary of the outcomes of democracy. I hope so you have understood. Take care. See you in the next class.